Hi friends, welcome to another RedditRev episode. Please subscribe and hit that like button if you're enjoying the content, and please share it with your friends if you can. I'd really appreciate it. Also, please leave me a comment to let me know what you think of the episode. Now let's get started with today's stories.
Hey y'all, I've got a great story for you guys today, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. Title: A failed paternity test led to a revelation that transformed my family forever. My husband, 31 male, tested our daughter's 5 female paternity, and the result was negative. However, I did not cheat on him. Now he believes that our relationship is based on lies and desires to divorce me. What steps should I take? Update: I am devastated and have been crying all day because of a mix-up. Although I have slept with 2 people before I started dating my husband, I have never cheated on him. He is the love of my life, and I am completely devoted to him. We have a daughter, and there is no possibility that anyone else could be the father. My husband and I were trying for a baby, and we were already married. Although I never cheated and never would, he took a paternity test that came back negative, which has made him doubt he is the father. I don't know how to make him believe that the test might not be accurate, and I am extremely worried. It seems like my husband has changed a lot in recent months. He's behaving coldly and suspiciously towards me. He keeps asking to see my phone without explaining why. Although I showed him my phone initially, I stopped doing so because he wouldn't give any reason for checking it. He has also been neglecting our daughter, spending hours locked up in his office without disclosing what he's doing. This morning, my partner accused me of cheating after noticing that our daughter's eyes, brown, did not match ours, both blue, and told me to leave the house. However, I did not cheat and did not leave. Instead, my partner locked me out of our bedroom, and now I'm currently in my daughter's room. This situation is very scary for me. What should I do? Edit: I am looking for guidance on proving my innocence in addition to making sure that our relationship is successful. Keeping my family together is my top priority. Furthermore, I had a conversation with my husband, and he is no longer in his room. During our discussion, I reiterated that I would never cheat and mentioned a list of tests I'd like to take. However, he didn't want to hear about it at that moment. We decided to have a more in-depth conversation tomorrow. He also expressed that he still loves our daughter and won't prevent me from entering the house or our room, at least for now. I requested a hug from him and he complied. However, I'm worried that I may not be able to convince him of something. My sole desire is for our family to return to its previous state. Can you provide advice on how I can be a supportive wife while demonstrating my innocence? TLDR: This morning my husband told me that a paternity test showed he is not the biological father of our daughter, even though I have not been unfaithful. Update: Hello everyone. I want to thank you all who reached out after my original post garnered so much attention. I was a bit overwhelmed, but I made a list of plans and tests that I want to get done. My husband had trust issues with me, but he apologized for his behavior, not that I expected him to. He also assured me that he would not kick me out of our home. However, he did mention that if the test results showed that I had cheated, he would take drastic action. We conducted paternity tests involving my daughter, my partner, and me to determine her biological parentage. We also had a scheduled appointment with the chimerism specialist, but it was canceled. Unfortunately, the test results indicated that I am not biologically related to my daughter. The police came to our house to gather information, and we are currently pursuing legal action against the hospital where I gave birth. I am currently very frightened because I don't know what happened to my biological child. While I'm glad to have my husband back, my life has been shaken up, and I regret that he took that test. I'm currently sleeping in my daughter's room because I'm worried she'll be taken away from me. I'm also concerned about my biological daughter and just hope she's safe. I pray for her well-being. We've been trying to keep this quiet so my daughter still doesn't know the details. The last thing we want is for a big scandal to erupt because she's a good kid and doesn't deserve to become a spectacle for people to gawk at. However, if we can find her birth family, I'm not sure what we'll do. Maybe the best case scenario would be for us to get a bigger house and all live together. But it's uncertain if we can afford that or even if they would agree to it. We don't know if we would even be able to locate them or if our plan is somewhat unrealistic. This situation is overwhelming. I tried searching for support groups for parents dealing with a similar circumstance, but all the results were tabloid articles that don't offer any helpful advice. We need to tell our daughter, but we're not sure how to approach the subject without causing more harm. We don't want her to find out from someone else, but we also don't want this news to be spread around the school. I don't know what I ever did to deserve this. TLDR, my daughter is not biologically mine or my husband's. Hello everyone. Recently, a YouTuber named Mark Narrations read a post I made on his channel that my husband had recognized. After checking out my account page, he found some negative comments about him. My husband had asked a chance to post his side of the story in order to address these comments and request that people stop trashing him. Thank you for being kind. Have you ever experienced self-doubt to the point where everything seems like a sign of infidelity from your partner? It becomes more challenging when the internet tells you that your wife is cheating, planning to take the house and take all the money. You start questioning whether your wife ever loved you or whatever she was too good for you. Unfortunately, it gets worse when you get 2 failed paternity tests on your daughter. During the COVID pandemic, I gained weight and felt depressed, causing me to stop feeling like myself. Meanwhile, my wife maintained her beauty and personality. I began feeling insecure and thought my wife would regret being with me. I joined some online groups, particularly on Reddit, where I read about men who had been cheated on, lost custody, and everything they had due to their partners. One user's story about his wife cheating on him because their son had a different eye color from either of them made me realize how foolish my insecurities were. I was hesitant to assume anything, but after expressing my concerns publicly, several individuals suggested that my partner was being unfaithful. They advised me against confronting her as she may use the opportunity to conceal her actions and potentially gain an advantage in our divorce proceedings. Despite my doubts, I took the test and the results were negative. I suspected that my wife was having an affair, but I couldn't find any evidence to support my suspicion. When I got a negative test result, I became enraged and asked my wife to leave. If you've ever been cheated on, you know how it feels. I didn't want to go through what everyone expected to happen, so I decided to end things with my wife. I was afraid of losing custody of my child and my house. My emotions were running high and I wanted the truth, feeling like there was no way to move forward without honesty. After taking some time to calm down, my partner suggested some tests. I tried my best to remain calm despite the situation. Though I was mistaken about my partner having an affair, I now know that my child is not biologically mine. At first, I didn't think about the possibility of being switched at birth. Although I have gone through a difficult time, I don't believe that getting angry once because I suspected my wife of cheating and lying makes me a terrible person. Hi, it's Fully Faithful Wife again. I'd like to clarify a few things. First, I agree if my husband is not a monster, abuser, or anything negative like that. Secondly, I do not agree with anyone calling him fat. He means a lot to me, and our marriage is not going to be affected by this situation. Thank you all for your help. So that concludes our story. What do you all think about this story? Whose side do you support? Leave a comment below, and thank you for listening to the video.
I hope you enjoyed our video. It's always a pleasure creating these stories, and if you liked what you saw, please take the time to show your support by giving it a thumbs up and subscribing if you haven't already done so. Sharing with your friends is also greatly appreciated. Let me know in the comments section below what you think of our videos. I'm all ears. Be sure to check back soon for more original Reddit stories every day on RedditRev. Until then, stay awesome, my friend.